Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to another video. I hope you guys are doing well today. In this video we're going to be talking about the NDA balanced playtest announced changes currently. Word of warning, these can change at any point. Nothing you see here is guaranteed to be in release. The reason I'm doing another video on this is that they've actually released spells. So we saw the other day that certain weapons, things like the bow, were getting another skill, but we couldn't actually see what the skill was because it wasn't obviously there at the time. They have now mentioned it, so we're going to have a look, see what we think about it, see how it can be used, whether it'll compete with its other choices, that sort of thing. So the first one is actually bow, funnily enough. Ray of Light shoots an arrow into the sky which rains down at the ground after a short delay. The arrow can hit a single enemy, dealing X magic damage and rooting them for ×2 times. So we don't know how long the time is, but it sounds like it's going to be like a warbow type skill shot. It's going to be like a targeted skill shot on the floor. Seems like it could be quite difficult to hit depending on how big it is. Obviously this is all speculation, guys. We don't know what the skill's going to look like. We don't know how much damage it's going to do, how long it's going to root for, anything like that. Obviously it may not even make it into the game, but looking at this right now, is it going to compete with other abilities for the bow line? So we've currently got for the bow line explosive arrows, frost shot and speed shot. So all of the bow W's, you've got explosive arrows, which are pure just DPS increase. Typically like bows, whispering bow will use it just to do a little bit more damage. And then you have a self knockback, a speed increase, and now you're going to have a root. So very utility based on that row. Having a root on bow isn't the worst thing in the world. I think this could be quite cool depending on how hard it is to hit. If it's going to be a hard skill shot, it certainly could bring bow back into being really good at ganking, which would be quite cool. So all in all, I like this thing. I like this spell. I think it could be used. I think whispering bow, rooting someone and then being able to like fast spam, or obviously do your whispering bow stuffs where you're hitting them very hard very quickly, could work. Even bow, if you can root them out, if you can root a melee out into like in a Hellgate or a GVG or someone, they overextend a little bit too much, you get the Ray of Light and then you start pummeling them autos into them. I genuinely think this could have a place, but obviously the things we do know about it at the moment is that it is a skill shot. It can only hit a single enemy, so it's not like you can be able to root a whole team with this. So it's very much about locking someone in and obviously being able to auto attack them. Don't know if this in itself will bring bows into the meta. However, the deadly shot changes look good for them as well. So maybe we're going to start seeing some bows with obviously sticky potions not getting too much nerfed. A root into a sticky potion, we might see that combination. I think it definitely has synergy with bow. I think it could be quite a cool ability. Moving down then to Curse Staffs. Now obviously anyone that's been around the channel for a while knows I used to play a lot of Curse Staff, not so much anymore. Grudge. This ability can be cast on any ally and lasts for X seconds. We don't know how long that's going to be. While it is active, every normal attack they make inflicts a vile curse on the enemy. So this is crazy. Is this going to be as strong as Armor Pierce? No. And this is unfortunately why I don't like this ability already. This ability on its own, if we weren't to compare this with any of the other Ws, this ability in itself, any frontliner, sword, carrion, whatever, even daggers, if daggers come back into meta next patch, daggers are going to do work with that passive. Bow, like whispering bow, that would be insane. Just normal bow. It has so much synergy with different things. If bow comes back into meta, bow curse might be a thing with grudge, but the problem is I've just done a video on armor pierce and how strong armor pierce is, like just armor shred in general. A 5-man armor pierce is still going to be pretty much unbeatable. I think that is just too good for people to lose out on. We maybe will start seeing it for a little while, people trying it out, but I honestly think armor pierce will just come in advance, over the top of it. And yeah, I'm not a big fan of it. I like the concept of the ability, but I just think it's going to be outbeaten by how Curse's armor pierces right now. I think that's the honest truth of it. Looking at Shadow's Edge, or Shadow Edge, throws a knife in front of you, pulling you behind the first target you hit. If the target is an enemy, the enemy will be routed for X. Oh god, please. So there's a couple of things to mention about this, and specific wording things that we see on it currently. Throws a knife in front of you, pulling you behind the first target you hit. So it's, first of all, sounds like a skill shot. If the target is an enemy, that means to me that I can potentially hit my own player, and like pull myself behind the first player I hit, maybe even allies, maybe. But if the target is hit, the enemy will be routed for X. Now, I really want the whole assassin spirit 3-stack, port in and blow them up sort of combo to come back. I don't think it will. I don't think that's where they want to take the game. However, you can honestly see how Royal Hood. So if this ability does damage, right? Royal Hood, 3 stacks of Assassin Spirit, pulls you in. They're rooted there. You're going to have 3 stacks. You're going to hit them with Slit Throat. You're going to do a ton of damage. That whole combo could come back, especially with the changes now to execute. Obviously, Slit Throat, it's now 75%, 25%. So maybe we're going to start seeing them amazing combos. It sounds like daggers are going to have so much mobility. That's a usable skill because it also roots them, so it's a utility spell as well. I like this ability. Looking at the other abilities on the dagger line, you've got Throwing Blades, which is good, but honestly, no one really uses them because it's very hard to hit anything more than 2. 2 is still a great buff, but honestly, there's just better things. You've then got Dash. Dash at the moment is a very, very good utility, just move around spell. When I'm running Dagger Pair, I pretty much have to run Dash unless I'm feeling very brave or we've got a very heavy frontline team. I kind of have to run Dash just because I need to be able to get back. Other than that, you've got Forbidden Stab, reducing any healing on the target by 40%. It's just crazy. Yeah, I mean, just being able to reduce healing on the target by 40% in itself is crazy. The fact that healers are going to get 10% nerf, that's going to be massive. Infiltration, I've been using Infiltration a lot more. It's kind of replaced Dash for me because I can engage with it. I engaged the other day, got a 4-man sleep, and it was actually crazy. It was really, really cool to do. So I think it's going to fit in with the whole rogue sort of assassin playstyle. I think it could work if we get the damage together to see Assassin Spirit come in and just blow someone up. I would love to see it happen. Maybe we'll start seeing it with Shadow's Edge. Maybe. There we go. Spears. Deflecting stance. Spin your weapon for up to X seconds. While channeling, your resist are increased by 2 times. You reflect 3 times of incoming damage. Additionally, restores 4 times energy every 5 times. I don't think we needed to give spears more utility. I don't think that was a thing that they needed. So let's just read this. Spin your weapon as a shield for up to X seconds. That says something to me. That obviously while channeling. So you're going to be channeling, which means you're doing no damage. However, resistances are doubled. Well, increased by 2 times. So we're going to go with the fact that it says that. Like I said, these are still playtest changes. Things could change, but at the moment they're doubled. This makes you one of the tankiest classes in the game very flipping quickly. You reflect 3 times incoming damage. Now, I'm starting to think with the way these numbers are laid out that it's just X rather than times. Of which you're going to reflect damage, you're going to have resistances, you're going to be able to restore energy, which means you can just spam Spirit Spears. Is it going to replace Forester Spears? Probably not, especially with the Forester Spears being buffed. But is it going to be broken? Probably. Like, that whole spell just sounds like they're going to have a defensive that is Inferno Shield, Energy Regain, Reflect all in one. And it just seems a bit overpowered, question mark. It certainly gives you Spear a lot more utility that it probably didn't need. It already has enough. Just my opinion. Swords. New W spell, Splitting Slash. Splits the earth in a straight line in front of you. Any enemy hit will receive X damage and be rooted. So, Polehammer. Obviously doesn't stun, it is just a root. However, we may start seeing dual swords. Like, I would love to see a whole stack up on the tank, excuse me, root the healer, jump on him, because obviously does a lot of damage. He's the highest of the sword combos, and jump onto him. Potentially we're going to see that. I don't think it's going to be enough unless the damage is good on it. And the cooldown's okay, but certainly could be fun. It kind of makes it could. I think dual swords is the only one that really would use it. Iron Will is just too strong for like for broadsword. You always run like Iron Will or Interrupt on broadsword Clarence, so I don't know. I think dual sword's the only one that could really use it. Maybe something like Claymore turns Claymore into a very good ganking weapon. Turns Carving Sword. Maybe it's going to be good. You can root someone then charge through. Maybe, don't know. It's certainly going to be interesting. I think with the changes to Spinning Blade as well, the fact that the cooldown's been upped a little bit, but the jump time has been reduced, probably so that it can be synced up with Splitting Slash, who knows. I think that's going to be the whole combo. I don't think it'll affect the rest of the swords too much, though. Other than that, I think that's all. I think that's all the skill changes right now. So, what do you guys think of these skill changes? Are any of these your weapons? What do you think about them? What do you think about playing against them? All this sort of stuff. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and catch you later, guys. Goodbye.